guys, welcome back to Susan Shares. Well, today we're going to be in Acts 26 because that's where I've been for the last couple of days in my own personal quiet time, and I'm going to reveal something to you that was really struck me. Paul is just full of valuable lessons to us, but something that really hit hard to me was when King Agrippa asked Paul to defend himself. And generally speaking, it's not healthy to defend yourself to somebody because you just get very, no pun intended, defensive when you're defending yourself, because you start defending yourself and then they get defensive and then you get defensive back, and it just ends up in this recursive cycle that's not healthy. But this was different, a very, very different situation. King Agrippa looked at Paul and said, Paul, I want to know who you are, where you came from, what you stand for. I want to hear your story, in other words. And everyone's story is so valuable and so very important, and all stories are unique to each individual. So he was interested in why Paul was even in front of him, why they brought Paul to King Agrippa in the first place. So he was interested, which was wise of King Agrippa. And so Paul used that platform wisely, and he began to tell his story about who he was, where he came from, and more importantly, his conversion experience. Because you see, Paul was a Christ hater. He was a Christ follower hater, if you will. Those that followed Jesus, he hated and he killed. And he was on his way to Damascus to kill some more Jesus followers. And on that road, Jesus stopped him dead in his tracks, no pun intended again. I mean, with this bright, bright light that literally blinded him, no kidding. Blind, he could not see. And he was like, what is going on? Who's speaking to me? And I mean, Jesus literally had to stop him dead in his tracks. And Paul was on that. I won't go through the whole story, but bottom line, he was saved. He was converted to Jesus. I mean, he was a Jesus follower from that point on, and a magnificent message, because Jesus had another plan for Paul. And after that, I was writing in my journal that, of course, I am saved. I was saved when I was 8 years old. It was definitely not as dramatic as Paul's conversion experience, for sure and certain. But as I was writing in my journal, I pray that I'm changed. I don't have to be resaved every day, for sure, but I am changed, I pray, every single day. By that I mean, I pray that my flesh dies every day, and that I allow Christ to live in and through me every day, that he molds me into somebody different every single day. I was just convicted of that. And just the other day, I did something that I was not proud of, or I reacted to a friend in a way that was not becoming to a Christ follower, and I immediately was convicted of that, and I immediately asked forgiveness for that. And number one, I was sorry that I had done that, but number two, I was so grateful to the Lord for convicting me and asking forgiveness. So two things here. I know that was God changing my heart, and so that was flesh dying and the Spirit taking over by asking forgiveness. So I was so grateful for that. That's what I want to happen in my life every single day. And so that's a changed life. So I want a changed life every single day. I want to love Jesus more tomorrow than I do today. I want him to mold me more tomorrow than he does today. But I want him to mold me every day, if that makes sense. So you don't have to have a conversion experience every day. You don't have to be saved every day. But I would hope that you would want to be changed every day, that you would allow yourself to be molded every day. That is my hope and prayer till the day I die, to be used, to be molded, to be changed by Christ every single day. So I pray that that's a good word for you, and that your desire is to be changed by Christ from flesh into spirit every single day, and used by him. Have a great day. I love you. Bye-bye.